Welcome back to the channel. I am working for the first time in my greenhouse. This is a new greenhouse I got just about 2-3 weeks ago. I've been working on trying to seal it up on the outside and do actual maintenance to the greenhouse itself. But I am really close to hard frost. I am at the end of October and I need to get going on my chores. So I'm going to take you along with me and I'm going to go through a bunch of different things today. And we're going to see how much I can get done. So this is a Cordyline. It's a pink variety. It's really pretty. And I'm going to cut some of these lower branches off here. And this is probably a zone 9-10 plant. I'm in zone 4 outside of Minneapolis, so there's no way this is going to survive. So the one thing that I do when I'm going to bring plants in is I will spray the foliage down with some rubbing alcohol. So I'm going to do that now. And that helps to get rid of kind of any little critters that are wanting to come in. And I'm just going to spray top, bottom, and all around. I'm going to spray the tops of the soil too, because this is fresh potting soil that I did not heat treat. So there is a little bit of nasty fungus gnats already in there, because I can see them flying. But the rubbing alcohol, which is pure rubbing alcohol, will actually kill almost everything, which is really nice. I'm also going to use some of the systemic insect control, and I'm going to sprinkle it on the soil. And then I have this itty bitty little rake. I'm going to rake it in. I actually transplanted this a few days ago, but I need to kind of get it ready, and it needs to get in my house. I'll actually water this in just a little bit, and then it'll be pretty much ready to go. I'm actually going to put an outdoor plant storage in my office because I want to contain all the stuff I bring in from outdoors, because it's more likely to have problems as it acclimates. If I have to put a grow light in there, I will. So this is plant number 1, which is a Cordyline. I don't know which variety it is, but it's pretty. It's got little pink leaves on it. I just don't want to buy it next spring, so let's see if I can get it to overwinter. The next plant I'm going to try to overwinter is this rosemary plant. I dug this out, or I should say I made several cuttings to the rosemary that I had in my vegetable garden in a planter, and I'm going to make some cuttings again, and I'm going to pot into this container here, and I have a little catch tray. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to load this little pot up with some just regular old compost. So I transferred a bunch of compost and potting soils into these trash cans to make it convenient to work inside of the greenhouse. I think it worked pretty good. I have never tried to root rosemary with just plain potting mix like this, but that's what I'm going to do this time. I'm hoping if I get this to work, I can create topiaries out of them. So I'm going to cut this really tall one, long. And I'm not going to use rooting hormone either. I'm just going to stick it in the soil and go. So I'm going to cut it pretty long. I'm going to tear the lower branches off it. I'll put those in my compost, although I could dry them and eat them, I suppose. So it's just going to go like that, and I'm going to stick several of them in here. That's my first one. I'll take some of these other longer ones. Another nice one. Again, just stripping the leaves off. See how many I can get in. So just sticking them in there like this for right now. I'll give them just a little drink. So I didn't want to give it too much water because rosemary likes it dry. This one's ready to go in my house, and because I'm going to use this for culinary reasons, I'm not going to put a systemic insecticide on it because I don't want to eat insecticide. But for houseplant type of things, I will use it if I have to. So we're going to spray this instead with something a little bit more organic. I'm going to actually spray the tops of the soil with rubbing alcohol, which evaporates almost instantly. So it kind of kills anything on the top of the surface, and then it evaporates. So I'm going to take the rest of this rosemary in the house, and I'm probably going to dry it in the house. Probably lay it out on a cookie sheet or something and dry it. But this is going to go in the house like this, and then I'll have it for some good herbs. I've been baking fresh squash recently, and a little rosemary and thyme in the squash with olive oil has been just absolutely delicious, especially if you don't want to use a sugar option. If you put enough herbs in it, it's pretty flavorful. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pot up these foxtail ferns. I overwintered these foxtail ferns last year, and they grew about double over the winter, and then I had them growing outside during the summer in different pots, and I've removed everything out of those pots, and then I have some root ball issues I need to break down so I can get them to fit firmly in these 2-gallon pots. I always like planting in nursery pots if I can, and then I will use a cover pot on the outside. So here I've got, they need to be cleaned up a little bit, but here I've got a really nice blue nursery pot, and so it will look really good in the end. Or I can change it out and put something else in there. My goal is to break down the root ball here and get it so it will fit nicely here. I also have some fresh potting soil, which I'm going to add in the bottom. So when you look at this, there's kind of roots on the bottom here. I'm going to pull these off. I'll take off any of the dead stuff that's on here. I want to make sure I get all the roots in the bubbles, which are the little ball looking things that look like grapes. Get all of those in there. Then anything that I have that's extra like this, you could plant this up and try to get it to grow, but I have three good plants is enough for me. So I'll take the scraps like this and put it in my compost bin. I've got a compost bin, a makeshift one in the greenhouse here for now. I'm going to try to get it so it's straight up and down for the most part. And then I'm going to pot it up. I always like leaving about a 1/2 inch of headspace at the top of the container so the water doesn't spill over. Because this is a little bit bigger pot, I'm probably going to go outside and water it. I pulled the hose up outside so I can still water outside when it's still warm enough to do so. One of the reasons I'm scrambling to try to get everything done in the greenhouse right now. So a foxtail fern is a member of the asparagus family, but it is not edible. It's all toxic, but that's what looks kind of like asparagus. So this one I am going to shoot with the rubbing alcohol. And I'm going to scrape some of systemic in to the soil. Take care of any fungus gnat, any other little critters that want to try to come in my house. 1 done, 3 to go.